Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to this video. My name is Taylor Benturud, and I want to talk about why most agencies suck. Now, oftentimes it's difficult to think about the idea of what does a great agency look like, but it's on the flip side very easy to know what a terrible agency looks like, at least in my opinion. So here we have a little graphic, and we're going to talk about some different things that make up an agency that sucks. And this is very much what I would consider the agency norm, ladies and gents. So let's start with the core. The core always stems in an agency that sucks from an egotistical founder and or management. Okay, now everybody has an ego. So when I say egotistical, I just mean like this person has a very strong ego and it's very intense. Okay, and so this typically leads to toxic culture. Toxic culture, if we're to define this greater, would be like mistreated talent, untrained talent. Talent is seen as and treated as subordinates. 1 to 2 year retention rate of talent, probably less than that actually. Lots of drama and talking behind people's back. Blame is common. No one really cares about the vision or mission. And it's a dictatorship type of leadership. Now, I don't know if anybody watching this has been in an agency like this, but a lot of the people that we have interviewed and or brought into our agency come from and have seen firsthand this type of agency that is very toxic. Okay, we've even, well, I said people that we're looking to hire, we've even tried to hire people that come from toxic agencies, and the agency was so toxic that it went out of their way to basically blackmail the talent into staying with them so that they wouldn't leave, otherwise they'd sue them and It was just wild. This is an agency that sucks. Okay, other things, secrecy and lying. Okay, so closed books. I mean, this isn't a terrible thing, but it's better if the books are open, in my opinion. And closed books just means that you can't see the company's financials. So we have open books in BetterAMS in our agency. Other things, not discussing lost clients. So client leaves. Why did the client leave? It'd be good if everybody else knew, or like the people that need to know. And that's a good feedback point. What was their reason? Like, everybody needs that feedback to be able to better improve. But no, in toxic agencies, like, this is definitely not something that is going to get discussed. Not discussing major failures, suffers from Persian messenger syndrome. So basically, if you go to the founder or somebody in management and say, hey, we set terrible expectations for this client when we signed them, and I think they left because, they were expecting to see these results that were promised to them by you or the salesperson or whoever it was, and I don't think we should do this. And then, the manager, the founder, whoever you tell that to, basically goes out of their way to say that you're wrong and that's not the case, and that it's your fault for providing a poor service or whatever. They just are not willing to accept your feedback, and sometimes they will even let go of you or fire you because of you giving them that feedback, and then everybody else witnesses that, and everybody else is like, oh my god, well, I'm never going to bring bad news to the founder or the management, otherwise I'm going to lose my job. So there's a lot of fear in this type of agency. And other thing is compartmentalization is used. If you don't know what compartmentalization is, you should watch this documentary called Bad Blood by, well, I don't know who made the documentary, but it's about an entrepreneur founder called Elizabeth Holmes, and she ran a company, I forget the name of it, but basically they were a terrible and extremely toxic company, and it was all basically a giant lie, but massive amounts of compartmentalization was used, and it's basically all part of secrecy and lying. Other things, egotistical leadership, talent is seen as less than, and they aren't trusted to make their own decisions or help with working on the business. This is not ideal. It'll typically die without the founder. I mean, the founder is the one who's trying to hold all the cards, not tell anybody anything, not give enough power to other people to where they can actually help grow the business, and they want to just control everything. So they compartmentalize and, close the books off and don't give any feedback about why clients are lost, or don't train anybody on how to sign clients, because then they might leave the agency and go do it for themselves. This is typically how this founder thinks. And slow growth, typically this type of agency actually doesn't grow that fast, and they're either stagnant or dying, because it's only a matter of time. Let's say they are growing. Well, it's only a matter of time before they either blow up or their reputation is just so terrible that nobody's going to work with them anymore, because they've churned through so many clients. They've developed such a poor reputation, not only amongst clients, but also talent. and everybody in the industry knows, oh, this is a bad company, we don't want to work for this company. So ladies and gents, this is why most agencies suck, and this is why I'm so passionate about Agency Enlightened, and why I really believe that there is a way in which you can run a high conscious agency, and it's typically the antithesis of all these things that we just covered. Okay, so great, you want to run a high conscious agency, what do? Well, you can be the antithesis of all of these things. You should also, I recommend, come on the webinar that's occurring today at GMT at 1 p.m. GMT -5, I believe is the time, which is in approximately, well, it's 12:24 now, so almost 30 minutes. It'll be less by the time I release this video. And if you haven't signed up for the webinar, I recommend you just go to the link in the description of this video. You can sign up and come on, and we're going to talk quite a lot about this concept of agency norm and how to be the antithesis. It's going to be great. So without further ado, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. I would love your support. And if you had any thoughts on this video, let me know in the comment section below. I do my best to respond to all comments. Thank you, ladies and gents. Much love, and I'll see you on the webinar or in the next video. Ciao.